Were issued for two suspects in connection to a double homicide that happened back in August.
Those suspects being identified today as 27-year-old Julian Rivera and 23-year-old Marcus Johnson of Springfield. This is what that scene looked like when officers responded to the area of Boston Road and Parker Street around 2:30 a.m. on August 12th. There, police found 31-year-old Abdikar Hussein of Springfield and 31-year-old Amanda Cummings of Agawam suffering from gunshot wounds. Hussein died on scene and Cummings died later on August 18th.
On August 23rd, both Rivera and Johnson, along with 27-year-old Diza Hernandez of Springfield, were arrested on St. James Avenue after officers seized 3 illegal guns, crack cocaine, and meth from an apartment on Worcester Street. Rivera and Johnson have remained in the Hampden County Correctional Center since. They are expected to be arraigned on murder charges in Springfield District Court later this week. Meantime, Hernandez, who was released after her prior arrest, has also been charged with accessory to murder after the fact.